What's up, people? It's your boy Chef from Off the Dome, back here for another video. And today we're talking about, did rap hurt R&B's selling power in the 2010s and 2020s, and will R&B ever recover? As many of you guys may have noticed, well, if you're an R&B fan, you haven't noticed, but for the most part, I've noticed that for R&B in the 2010s, majority of R&B albums haven't sold as well as they did in the 2000s, the 80s, 90s, etc. There aren't any huge R&B stars really in the mainstream. The one you can take credit for, The Weeknd, has pretty much went pop, and all his so-called R&B albums, only one he really has is trilogy, Kissland, and after Kissland, Beauty Behind the Madness was basically pop radio friendly. Starboy was adopted by pop radio, and his newest album, pretty much all the singles off there are going to be pop radio push. I haven't heard Heartless really on hip hop and R&B radio lately. They don't play Blind Lights at all because of pop single. In Your Arms or In Your Eyes, I forgot. That song is pushed to pop radio. So there's not much The Weeknd is doing for R&B as of late. The main reason he's still R&B at this point, and this is the rich element, is because basically he's black and he started R&B. That's the only thing I can think of. You think of Khalid. Khalid is pushed to pop radio. Majority of his singles are pushed to pop radio. Better, Talk. Yes, they play Talk on the R&B station. That's his pretty much most R&B sounding song, other than Location. Everything between East Side he's featured on, etc. Love Lies isn't really on the R&B station. Khalid's a pop radio star, and that's pretty much that for Khalid. Tory Lanez, I can say he's genuine R&B, remixes and does classic hits, but it seems like if he's not doing the Chicks tape, mixtape or whatnot, or a cover, he's usually rapping. So Tory Lanez is pretty much at this point just a rapper that has R&B on the side. Drake, another guy who is your biggest R&B artist, but he is more on the rap and pop side. His singles get pushed to pop and rap radio, and he's not really deep in the genre. What I'm saying is you don't have a Usher. You guys don't even have a Chris Brown, because Chris Brown is from the last generation. Bryson Tiller was the closest thing you guys had to a top-selling R&B artist, but after Trap Soul, his career really took a nosedive, and I don't see it coming back. You have Summer Walker out now, who gave the genre some revival with LMA and some other artists, female artists. But if we truthfully speaking, other than Summer Walker, LMA first week sales weren't as big as some others, but that's the debut album, Given. Jhené Aiko had some big R&B sales for once, so that was a accomplishment for the R&B genre. She had 100K plus. Kalani does decent numbers, yes. But where's your 400, 500 million first week selling R&B artists like a Usher, like a Alicia Keys that gets 600,000 copies sold first week, like a Beyonce? But Beyonce's always been popping R&B, but people could genuinely say she's R&B, and I would agree with that she has a lot of R&B hits in her catalog. I would say rap is to blame 40% for this, because due to the melodic rap, the so-called mumble melodic rap that happened in the mid-2010s, like 2014 to 15, when Fetty Wap blew up, when Future kind of took the more R&B stance, Turn the Lights came out by Future, and he brought back the R&B auto-tune element that T-Pain had. That's when I knew the genre was in some trouble. Cause at that point, Alicia Keys was still out. She had Girl on Fire, but that was pretty much her last hit at the time. And ever since then, she's kind of not been in the mainstream as singles-wise. Chris Brown was making a comeback, but at that point, Chris Brown was doing half rap, half R&B. Chris Brown essentially had turned to a rapper too. He had Look at Me Now. He had his Loyal song, which was half R&B, half rap. He had Ayo, so Chris Brown was kind of dabbling in both. Young Thug was doing the melodic rap. Roddy Ricch is now out. At the time in 2015, Fetty Wap, like I said, he was one of the biggest things. Ray Scrimmer, Sway Lee, and Slim Jimmy, they were melodic, and they did yelting and screaming. And it seems like rappers who are more melodic had sold way more than R&B artists this past decade. So, can R&B possibly make a comeback and become the dominant genre it once was in the early 2000s, where artists could sell 600K or more? The answer to that, it solely depends on if there's enough, if there's like a strong template of artists, like a backbone. R&B right now doesn't have really a strong backbone like it did. They don't have a personifying artist like a Usher, like a Alicia Keys. Even the days of Aaliyah before her death, unfortunately, they don't have a strong force like Beyonce there. They don't have these figures. They don't have a R. Kelly. They don't have even a Genuine for real. R&B is basically being held up right now by Chris Brown, Drake if he chooses to make an R&B single or not, Tory Lanez if he chooses to make a mixtape or not, and of course a couple other females like Jhené Aiko, Summer Walker, SZA, but she hasn't released an album in a while. So either a lot of your R&B artists currently out are inactive, and you're waiting for projects like Bryson Tiller, SZA, Jasmine Sullivan, and the rest of them, or either you're being carried by rappers and pop stars who occasionally come to your genre, make an R&B hit, push it to that radio station, and then once that R&B cycle is over, they're gone. Rihanna's another person. You're waiting for her album, and Rihanna, you never know because you're going to get half pop and half R&B, so she's not even there full time. I think R&B really needs they need at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 big stars to carry the genre. Because in rap right now, look at all the big stars you have. You have DaBaby, you have Roddy Ricch, you got Lil Baby, of course, who's on top right now. Of course, you have your figureheads like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. You also have your other guys in the genre like Trippie Redd who do decent album sales. NBA Youngboy. You have Future still around. You have Travis Scott who's basically going towards the pop side more and more each day, but he's still known as one of the originated trappers. You have all these superstars in this game, and all of them could do 200, 300, 400K. Lil Uzi Vert. Look at all these guys you have. In the R&B genre, for this year alone, or for late last year, the only couple hours I could point to that actually sold decently well in the first couple weeks was Summer Walker, Jhené Aiko, and The Weeknd if you're being generous. So let me know in the comment section, do you think R&B has a chance of coming back? Do you think hip-hop is kind of weak in R&B? And do you think it's a lack of star power? Do you think it's fan interest? I don't think it's fan interest. I think there's a lot of people that still care about R&B. They're still interested in it. There's still some small-time R&B artists and some low-key ones. Tank, Genuine, Tyrese. All these guys are still out here making music. You have Cisco making music with Drew Hill once again. So I'm not saying that R&B, there's not currently R&B artists out here from the past and present still making music. And R&B stations still existing, yes. They still have a decent listening populace. But when it comes to sales and streaming, it's like the fan base disappears. And I don't know why that is. It may be because the rap, maybe because the fan base doesn't care to really support the music as much. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think it is. Am I right or am I wrong? It's your boy Chef Muff Dome. Peace out.